Hello everyone, I'm Lieutenant Norm Figueroa with the Pennsauken Fire Department, and behind me we have a 95-foot ladder truck that we use every day in the Pennsauken Fire Department. And during this, I'm going to take you around and I'm going to show you some of the tools and equipment we use as firefighters to perform our job. First seat you have is my seat, the officer's seat. Excuse my gear, but it has everything I need to perform my duty as the company officer. My tools, my equipment, and most importantly, my computer that shows me the type of call we're going to and information related to that call so we can better help the people that need our help. In the back here, in the crew cab, this is where the firemen sit. There is one seat for each fireman. We staff this vehicle, and they all have particular duties. So when we arrive at an emergency scene, no matter what the nature, everybody knows the duty they are to perform. This way we can be fluid in our motion and not delay the needed care that people or the emergency require. First compartment is our medical compartment. From time to time, you may or may not see a fire truck going to medical calls. Sick people, people having heart attacks, medical emergencies. We are trained and equipped with everything from a first aid kit to an external defibrillator to help people in need of medical emergencies. And we are all trained to perform those duties. This compartment here, we have a water vac. Not every emergency that we go to involves fire. Sometimes it may be a broken pipe or a flooded basement, and we will assist the resident in trying to get the water out and make the situation safe. And sometimes we have to vacuum out the water. Throughout the compartment, you're going to see sections of hose, and they are for getting water into this ladder truck when we need to. This compartment houses all of our what we call hand tools, and these are tools that we use during the course of a fire to what we call overhaul. And what that means is to open up the area that was on fire so we can make sure that the fire hasn't extended beyond that room, that area, and these are the tools that help us do it. Utility rope. Sometimes we have to haul equipment up or down, or we need to tie off a tree branch, or what have you. We have plenty of utility rope to do that. Again, in this compartment we have power tools, sawzalls, which are an electric saw to cut. We use them to cut vehicles, perform investigations, what have you. All of our hand tools and our power tools are in this compartment. This compartment houses our electronic fans. After the fire, smoke lingers inside of a building. We have to be able to get it out. These fans are very strong, very powerful fans, and they help us get the smoke out of the building, no matter smaller size for small buildings, big fan for the bigger buildings. This one we have the pads, which we put out when the ladder is in the air, which you've got to see some pictures of that. Hand tools, a water cooler, absorbent stay dry, automobile lockout kit. That's another thing that we perform. Sometimes people lock their keys in their car. We have the ability to help them get back into the car. Coming to the back side of the vehicle, to the ladder, you have the bucket, which is what we ride in. The unique thing about this ladder truck is that we can climb it or ride in it. The back in here is what we call the ladder nest. These are all portable ladders. They range in length from 10 feet to 35 feet. So we can deploy these usually these are deployed for fires to gain access or to get out of the second floors of buildings or dwellings. Coming around. Saw compartment. We have circular saws, same kind, two different blades, and a chainsaw. From time to time, we have to either force entry, which means get into a property that is secured. We have to use the one saw to cut, or we may have to ventilate the roof of a building. Depending on the style and the construction of the roof would determine whether we use a chainsaw or this large circular type saw with a special blade on it. In this compartment we have a utility ladder, and we have the start of our vehicle extrication or vehicle rescue tools. This is a power unit. It's a gasoline motor that supplies hydraulic pressure through these lines to a tool called a combination tool. You may know it as the jaws of life. This tool can not only spread metal from a car, but it can also cut metal. These blocks are called cribbing. We use them to stabilize vehicles that are unstable if we need to deploy our rescue tools. This compartment is more additional cribbing of different sizes. All right, again, to build what we call a work platform. This compartment is the last rescue compartment for vehicles. These are what are known as struts. If a vehicle was on its roof or on its side, we can use these struts to support the vehicle so we can get the people out so the vehicle doesn't teeter or further roll over, causing more injury or harm to the occupants. Again, this compartment is the same one. We call this transverse. It's just more hand tools on the different side. Another short ladder. This compartment houses the driver's gear, right, and his SCBA. And last but not least is the compartment that houses our electrical junction box and our controls for our generator that is on board. And again, I'll go right to the driver's door. This is the driver's cab area. Of course, very much similar to a car. The exception is there are no keys to start this truck. This truck starts off a sequence of battery controls and ignition buttons. This is the primary importance of the driver, is getting us there to and from safely. If we can't get there, we can't help people, and that's a very big responsibility being the driver of one of these trucks. So that completes the tour of our 95-foot tower ladder. I hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to showing you more in the future. Thank you.